let's kick it off. What do you say, Robbie? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. What's up?
First
Keoni's
morning
back
pod.
from Hawaii. Yeah.
Yep, he's on the mainland. Keoni Diggs in the house. Bellator standout. 2 fights under his belt. Looking for more. Keoni, how the hell are you, man?
Fuck, just chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling. Just training.
That's what's
Enjoying
up.
training out here with all the boys.
How's like the life shift been from moving out there? A little bit more enjoyable, huh?
Yeah, family life and everything definitely a lot better.
The quality of life.
A lot more around, a lot more family.
Like better routine overall, probably.
Just more familiar, and it's like the holidays are way better now too, because like I said, you're at home with the family and everything like that. But like before, it would be like if we got stuck winter time over here, it'd be kind of shitty.
Oh, bro.
So this shit
Christmas
like
in
that.
Arizona sucks.
But the training is always good. A lot of my guys train out there. We all train together pretty much. All the top guys in Hawaii, well, from that island, we all train together. Pretty much when somebody's getting ready for a fight.
Yeah, that's probably a lit camp, I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
So what spot are you at?
Fuck, we kind of just, bro, it just COVID, it just like combined, like, we just cross train wherever, honestly, or we all just go at my one of my home base gyms. I'm Hawaii Elite. Like Yancy, them come over there. Max them's been sparring over there every Wednesdays. Rylan them, because Rylan and I think it's opening back up. I just seen it opening back up. Gracie Techniques. That's Rylan Lazar's gym. That's where Max trains at.
Okay.
And yeah, he trains over there. But then all of us were like for that whole camp, getting ready for. I didn't know I was fighting that Derek Campos guy until like 10 days out. I was getting ready for that Sada Wad guy. And I was sparring with Yancy. Yancy was coming over to Hawaii Elite. I was doing a lot of my sparring too on Saturdays over at Woma West Side Oahu MMA.
Okay.
And that's where all Yancy and all those guys are all based out of Maki Pitolo. All those guys are from that gym. So we're just all cross training. We're all friends. We all train together. Like pretty much when you reach like a certain level, because it's so small. You know what I mean? You just start reaching out.
It's elite.
All the boys help.
Right on.
Campos is a legit name too. For a 10-day notice fight, dude. That's a legit name. You know what I mean? And you made him kind of look not so legit. You know what I mean? Seriously, for real.
Yeah.
Fucking when you were sparring yesterday, this dude fucking handing out concussions, dude, first round.
Oh,
You know
what?
I mean? Just like,
that guy slipping fell.
but bone density, I'm telling you, we've talked about it before. It comes down to some bone density, and Keoni's got some fucking dense-ass bones.
Yeah.
He's even got to try to hit you hard, but you feel the weight behind his shots. Even his fucking head when he's in the clinch, when he's grinding you, you know what I mean? Like, you
I got a large head.
You feel that bone density, man. That's a weapon to have in these sports.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? My fuck you.
Little welcome back Keoni session.
Stanky legs over here.
Oh, man.
No, but fuck, that was sweet, bro. You finished him too. Rear naked choke, you cracked Campos, and then man, it was
I was surprised. I was surprised at how early he was wrestling. So I was like, yeah, I guess. Because I felt like only 2 left hands fucking
bro,
shooting already.
it don't matter how
this
good.
Fucking early. This was
It
like
don't-
1 minute into the fight and we were wrestling already. It's like, oh shit.
What Tyson said back in the day is like it is so true. About everyone got a plan to take a punch in the mouth. You know what I mean?
He's a banger though. You know what I mean? He's been in some wars. He's been in some heaters. Like I mean that's old school ones, but like when he knocked out Melvin Gallard. I mean even he had AJ McKee in trouble a little bit. He clipped him with some good shots like the first round because I fought on that same card in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised.
But that punching powers it's a coveted thing, man. You know what I mean? Like everyone thinks they're a slug. Everyone thinks they're a brawler until they get hard, until they get hit with some real power. You know what I mean? And then you see this shit change.
You hit with a Rob Emerson.
You know
punch.
what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like you're a heavy-handed guy, so you know you see it in all the sparring you've done over the years. You know what I mean? Like, bro, to hit hard, it's like, and everyone on the gym knows it too. Everyone talks to you. Even your left leg. You know what I mean? You just recently started kicking in your career. Your left leg has that. Your shin has that bone density. So, when you have that freaking thud behind your shots, that's probably the most. For me, I think that's the most important thing to have in these combat sports. You know what I mean?
And being able to know how to actually land the shots and set it up to being able, because I know a shit ton of guys that punch hard on the mitts and punch hard on the back, but they're fucking punch and win when it comes time to actually punch another human being.
Put it all together.
You know what I mean? Like, That's a big thing. You know about that. Is the accuracy in shots. Accuracy and power is fucking dangerous. That's scary. Because that means when he throws them, he's making them all fucking count. That's bad.
What So how long you been training, Keoni? Like overall, for everybody listening at home. And...
Gotta be almost like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like 10 years for sure. I had breaks here and there.
Right.
When I was amateur.
For sure.
I turned pro like 7 years ago, I think, 6 years ago, something like that.
Okay. What did you wrestle or anything, or like how did you just fell in love with the game?
I got fucking beat up a bunch. People like to fight in Hawaii, but I didn't know how, so that was something I had to teach myself how to do.
Get some skills.
Yeah, for sure. I was getting beat up a lot.
Nice.
100%.
You're at the lab before I got there even too, huh? How long were you there for?
When was that? You gotta look back at my first. I had been here for maybe like 9 months before my pro debut. We had that KOTC. I at the King of the Cage, I already talking stick. I think that was 2014, 2015.
Talking stick, yeah. What was their last promotion they did?
It was one of the last. I think Gooch fought on the last one. I think because I think he was right after. No, Brian Barberina fought on that last one, and then that's when right after that he got called to the UFC.
Oh shit!
He fought on the last KOTC owner. No, I'm wrong because we went. I had 2 of them in KOTC. I forgot about that too. Wow. So I had the first one at Talking Stick. Then they weren't doing them over here no more. We had to drive all the way out to Fort McDowell. That fucker's like an hour out there in the fucking nowhere.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. So that's where I had my second pro fight at. Remember, when Chan Sung was visiting, fucking, he was in my corner. He couldn't say shit. He was there. He was there like he came with Benson.
Yeah.
And fucking, he was like, I was
showing love.
He was the nicest motherfucker ever.
Looking good.
And he didn't even say that. It was all just grins and nods. So I was like, fuck yeah. But yeah, he was there.
Well, hey, all you warriors speak the same language, man.
That's fucking funny, though. I totally forgot about that.
So that was the last. That was the last MMA fight they had over here at the casino.
So.
At
I
Talking
haven't been
Stick.
hearing the KOTC too much at all.
Yeah, I think they stopped doing shows there.
Did they?
I think at the Talking Stick. Yeah, I think that was the last one.
No, but I'm thinking about what about even out in Cali? Are they even doing shit? I haven't heard of them in forever, bro.
Yeah, King of the Cage is still doing shows. I think someone just fought recently on one of the Indian reservations.
Oh, no shit.
You were like one of the first guys like that I befriended over there at the lab. I remember that first day I showed up to spar, and you're the only one that gave me the heads up about like Jakar. Like, dude, this guy's gonna try to throw. And I was my first sparring day. But it was cool. He gave me a heads up, you know. So I'm like, okay, like kind of.
Well, we kind of knew a lot of the same people. That's why too. You know what I mean? You spent time in Hawaii, and we just knew a lot of the same people. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Rob, you trained out there for a minute, yeah? Or you were on some camps out there? Or?
Yeah, I've done like 4 camps with BJ out there on the Big Island. But like you said, it's a small community out there. You know what I mean? Like everyone kind of knows each other. It's kind of one big family, and you know, it's kind of. I think that's important too, because you get stagnant if you have the same training partners. You know what I mean?
100%. And so I got hooked. I see all your other buddies now, like from your hometown, because I've been going out there a bunch, and I got hooked up with Pat and all those guys.
Oh yeah.
I started working with Pat them.
Yeah, for sure. Well, just such a massive organization, Ruka, and then back in Orange County, like
cruising Aprillo, them like after practices and stuff like that. They're funny.
Yeah,
They're classic.
Well, in Orange County, it's cool. Like fighting's still a
classic.
cool thing, you know. And in Orange County, it's like. Ruka's one of the like main companies out there, so.
Okay, it's fucking super sick over there.
Yeah, our Orange County lifestyle reminds me of like the whole Hawaiian lifestyle too. You know what I mean? Just fucking beach and mellow, fucking stony.
But we don't got those weed farmers markets. Those shits are sick. Have you ever been to one?
I haven't. I've heard about
Dog,
it though.
you got those are legit.
Would you get like a little sampler package?
Yeah, like, and if you know the people that are putting them on, like, fuck, they give me fucking free dabs, 3 grams of wax, like all types of shit. Edibles, I ended up giving some to Alan because Alan likes those edibles, so I gave him some.
Right on.
Fucking yeah, it's a bunch of different kind of weed. Like
they do
Hawaii
like once
has
a
good
month?
weed, but California is, in my opinion, and you cannot really beat SoCal.
The Cali Buds.
All the fires damn near coming from here. I mean, from there, so.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's kind of hard.
So what do they do those markets? They do them like once a month or like?
No, they do them like weekly. You just gotta follow each other's on IG. Like because I get my boy that they live up in the top of the world at Laguna, and they like, I don't know, like he runs. Sometimes he grows his own weed. He makes his own tincture. He's in that field too. He's a realtor, but he's in that weed thing too. So I just let him know when I'm in town, because usually you get like insane prices from this one place. And it's like a doctor's office, bro. But even though it's recreational, you can't go in there unless you're part of that whatever. But I know he gets like fire ass ounce for like $125. You can't normally go in there unless you like know these. But it's like a full on fucking doctor's office. They got chiropractor in that motherfucker. Everything, dog. That shit is like legit, bro. It's right there in Anaheim, like 5 minutes away from Disneyland.
It's more of a wellness center, huh?
There you go. It's something wellness center.
Oh, okay.
But there's no buds in that fucker too. Yeah, shit, it's pretty nice. Bro, they got
well.
massage and everything, dog. For real, it's like a legit. Like when you walk in there, you're in a legit waiting room and shit like that. Pretty cool. It's like, wow.
Bro, who are you talking about? The guys that roll up early? You talking like Bear? You see Bear on Instagram?
Oh, I don't really know
Bro,
that
he's
guy.
wild, dude. He was like a paintball. He was like the best paintball player in the world. And they own a couple parks, and yeah, he got.
I was trying to. I've never met him yet, but I did want to like hook up with him because they're good on like that marketing shit, dog.
Absolutely.
And
man.
I just wanted to just build a brand. You know what I mean? That's just whatever. There's all type of different ways to get a bag now. So shit, I'm just with it. You know what I mean? Use everything, and like I said, just keep winning fights and having good performances. Everything else will kind of fall into place. But you got to be aware of that shit. And try to push for it. And fucking like, hey, we got to build brand. We got to fucking. It's the only reason I'd be like posting on Instagram and doing all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta remind myself to do the shit. I was supposed to post something yet, and I didn't do it.
You're just training, you know. And
just like,
yeah.
Cause you know, before like when we first started, that was like the kind of like the douchey thing to do. Always post shit on Instagram, like, dude, I'm a banger. Like, shut up, stop that. A lot of guys is doing weird stuff like that, but now it's such a big part of the game, and it's your like connection with your fans, like genuine shit that people want to see. Like if they're fans of you, they're gonna look at look at him eating mitts or the bag, or this is how he trains, or this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is his daily lifestyle type of thing when he's not outside the gym. Just showing people different versions of what you do and like having a lot of content. So I used to think photographers and all that were bullshit. That shit is legit now.
Because if not,
I got one in
to
Hawaii.
see.
We got one here. We was working with JX before we left. But even like all the young guys kind of looked at that shit too, and like a big example was like Sean. Sean fucking did that super good.
It, man.
Max was another big one on the Instagram and all that types of shit, and then like both of them are making 6 figures off fucking their gaming.
Right. And look at Derek Lewis. He just posts like funny stuff.
Yeah.
And, like everybody knows the Beast. Was it UFC Beast or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean those videos. He's got to be paying someone to get those videos, bro. I'm like, I don't see those videos. He gets them like first.
I think why he's so
they're funny.
He's funny, but I think he's real genuine too.
Oh
He's
yeah.
not giving you just something for the gram. That's him.
Yeah.
That's 100%. So.
But you could see how it almost like gets some fights. You know?
Oh, 100%.
You know, I guess popularity.
The eyes and the viewership. People are the higher ups are always paying attention to the numbers.
What do you mean? You mean like some basic YouTubers can get some big major fights at the main stage? You're saying it's a possibility? You're saying it's a possibility?
Oh, we're going there.
Just
throw
a couple.
Ain't no difference than Nate Robinson going and thinking he could die.
Oh, that was crazy.
Get a couple.
Bro, and that Paul guy slept him, bro.
Get a couple
That
YouTube
was-
videos, throw
How
some
are those
toilet
two
paper
guys
rolls.
not the same person?
But I just want to know this. What was the purse? That's what
I don't know.
That is the key thing. Because anybody can, you can put on these bullshit fights and have them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want to see what the bag was looking like. What's the check looking like? If it was a legit check, then sign me up. But
Right.
if they were getting paid peanuts, who really cares? It was still entertaining. It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like he
One
he got cracked, dog. Like I said, the funniest thing was, did you see that? I think it's Zab Judah's podcast or whatever.
No.
But it was on Fight Hype. Him and Shannon Briggs talking about Nate Robinson and Logan Paul. It was just the funniest thing because it was just 100%. He literally forgot all his training as soon as he got fucking hit hard as shit.
Yeah.
He got in this motherfucker. He went back to day one grabbing legs and just whatever. Just
Swinging. Yeah, just
he
swing.
he forgot all his training. Everything went out the window. As soon as he got cracked the hard one, his whole demeanor changed. Like the shit was like, And even like they were just like analyzing his walkout and everything. Like he was just kind of frozen, even though playing basketball. And hence word is you're playing basketball, brother. People ain't playing fighting, guy.
You know what's funny is,
This shit's for real.
Tiffany's ex is freaking Logan Paul's boxing coach.
No shit.
Out in Vegas, yeah.
Wow.
This dude BJ Flores or some shit.
Hey,
How
BJ
crazy.
Flores, isn't he from Arizona?
Yeah,
He's a boxer.
he used to box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boxer.
He used to be sponsored by Scottsdale Knights. That's the only reason I know that.
Oh yeah, he was. He was.
I know
That's
that
for
guy.
sure. He
But-
signed with like Don King back in the day. So I think that might have went
As
south.
soon as you
there.
said that, name,
That's baby
as soon as
mama's
you said that
ex.
name, it went-
I know, small world, huh?
Jeez.
Dang, but how is that, man? Now he's throwing toilet paper rolls at freaking and Dylan Dennis and fucking getting out there. It shows
be
that like
getting
this is
checked,
the
though.
entertainment industry, you
Yeah.
know?
No, but
It's
yeah.
fighting sports, but it's the entertainment industry.
But a
you
hundred,
know?
and that's a weird thing about fighting. We are a sport, but we are in the entertainment as well. Nobody's
Yeah.
like, oh, that was a fucking boring basketball game. Nobody says it was a boring football game. It could be fucking 10-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
that was a
week.
good defensive game.
Every
that
week,
was
yeah.
Nobody says that was great defensive fighting. No,
Four
motherfuckers
field
call that
goals.
shit boring.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
It's
fucked
like,
up.
it's like if you got 15 minutes of actual fighting, right, throughout the year, 15 minutes for fighting, and the rest is all entertainment, including your IG, your social media, and everything else you're doing outside the gym. That's all the entertainment. And then you got 15 minutes to do the actual
No, but the
fighting part of it.
entertainment is like the fighting too, because people like. That's why a lot of people didn't like Khabib until he started brutalizing people. It was like, oh, it's boring. But that's why I said nobody goes back to a football game that's fucking 10-7, and you sat there for 3 fucking hours, and these
Yeah.
motherfuckers have moved the ball, but never in the end zone.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody says that's a boring game.
Dude, yeah.
But soon as like you don't fucking brutally KO somebody or like dog, this is fighting. This shit ain't scripted, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys think that? Like, dog, our lives are on the line here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's fucked up because you have to be entertaining to the fans.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to get you a bag even way. Like, look at how fast Justin Gage started getting the paydays he's got because he just went out there and just banged them
Dude.
every single time.
Yeah.
And I don't know really how much he's getting paid, but I know his bag's got to be nice.
He's doing all right, I think. Yeah.
So, like,
Okay, I'd like to see these guys get cracked in the grill with some 4-ounce gloves, though. You know what I mean? Some 4-ouncers, that'll change the tune. Because that shit will break your orbital, dude. Don't knock teeth out. It'll break, shatter your skull. So,
what ounces did they have in that Paul and Robinson?
fuck, I don't know. Had to be 8 or 10, huh?
But I still think you know about those boxing gloves, those kickboxing master dog. That's like a cast, those 8 ounces.
Yeah.
8 ounces and how much tape and gauze they can put on your hand inside boxing gloves so you
For
can
sure.
get. It's wrecking. I'm not worried about breaking my hands anymore. 'Cause I'm just flying them. I'm just flying. I don't care if they hit the top of your head or whatever. I'm just banging. I'm like, for these ones, I gotta be kind of like, ooh, don't hit them on top of the head too hard. I might break my shit.
Yeah.
So
sure.
you know what I mean. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, what's your favorite performance you've had so far?
Probably the last one, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably the last one because, I mean, just to be honest, it was the easiest.
Yeah, Bellator, what was that? What number was it? You know?
254.
But Derek Campos, yeah, you guys got to check that out on YouTube. I'm sure there's a link.
254? Yeah, I guarantee it's
Bellator puts them on YouTube, right?
I know they're on the app though. I know they're
Oh,
viewable
okay.
off the app.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. Look up, Keoni Diggs and,
I haven't watched it for a while. I've been meaning to watch it.
like, yeah.
I like
That's
to
a
go
solid
back and
name.
Watch old fights. Like, I just like to, cause you know, like when your mind starts to go in stupid places, and it's like, this is what you do, dog. Don't ever.
Refocus, kind of.
Yeah, it's good, and then you can analyze and see where. I just think the Campos fight, cause it was just easy, and I would like to wear a heart rate monitor to see how hard my heart rate
How
was. 'cause
mellow
I
you
wasn't-
looked.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah,
It
fuck, that was a
the
trip.
Easiest fight it was the hardest guy I fought, but the easiest fight I've had.
What do you
On the
contribute
trip.
that to? Like your camp, like
I
experience, like just you
getting
just felt
better. I
it
don't have
on.
that many fights. I'm only gonna get better. That's what a lot of these guys don't see. I understand that I'm still super new.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm only gonna get better, and it's only gonna get worse for those guys that standing across the cage. So shit, that's what I feel. And then, you know what I mean? Because I always know I have the skills, but when you, like I said, it's different to being able to harness all that stuff and put it together underneath the lights. It's a different thing. Like, shit is kind of just slowing down for me a lot now. I just sitting there doing my job, and I view it as a job as well, so yeah, I just do my job good.
Having confidence like in the present moment, huh?
Yeah,
Being
just
present,
chilling and
that's what it's all
breathing.
about.
The first thing, just breathing, chilling, just fuck, we do this, man. Ain't no use in.
Well, there always seems to be a new
You're like,
generation. You know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
be fucking in that present, like Rob said, just in that present, that state of presence, right there. You gotta be in that moment, in the now, That's my thing, you know. And I was reading the fucking Power Now too during that camp. So
Wow,
you
have
know,
you really?
Yeah.
Bro, I read that book 3 times.
Yeah,
It's fascinating, huh? The
fuck
power
yeah.
of now.
Yeah.
Wow, I was
So
just
it's
talking
just-
about that a couple days
If you're
ago.
living in that, your mind has nowhere. It can't be even entertained with the outcome of the fight, this or that. Because I'm in this moment. I'm 100% focused in this moment. So if you're doing that repetitively, moment after moment after moment, your mind can't fucking race nowhere else but right here.
Yeah,
And
for
I'm
sure.
fucking just in that mode for 15 minutes or 25 minutes, whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm just in that little zone.
Yeah, I love how it puts into perspective too about when most people's minds is either in the future, which is it equates to anxiety, right? They're tripping about a future that hasn't even happened yet, or they're focused on the past, which equates to depression.
And the future, you're trying to figure out how the future is going to be. Your mind is only pulling from past experiences to say this is how the future is going to be. Well,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you make that shit
Yeah.
that it's going to be. You are not the same person you were last year. You weren't the same person you were last month.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Why would you go off past experiences, which my past experiences have been me getting fucked up and beat up a lot. How can I project that onto my shit now? I'm not that same motherfucker by far. So that's fucking bullshit. Your mind's just fucking you, basically.
And then it removes you from the present, right?
Like,
That's
what?
true, dog.
I'm telling myself lies in my head, like,
Yeah.
fucker, go away, guy.
Yeah.
Let's just get in here and come on, like, that's what's crazy. But that's why, like, those are, like, the little battles you have before, like, when you're in the hotel room, like, 4 or 5 hours before. Those little stupid fucking things that go on in your mind.
Yeah.
But when they're taping my hands, then I'm fucking, I feel okay. That's like my little warm spot. I'm about to go. About to go, like, I don't gotta worry no more. Like,
Yeah, we're
it's so
here.
crazy how
We're
mental
here.
that shit is. And then, like,
Yeah.
when you're here, now I can just focus. Now it's like I'm about to warm up. Now I'm in that now. I'm in the boom. Make sure the hands are coming back. Freezing them good off the feints. Boom, boom, boom. Doing all the shit that we were practicing that we kind of anticipate that he's going to want to do.
Mhm.
And the things that I want to do. So I'm trying to make it smooth as possible back there.
I think
So
this
I can't
sport
even
holds you
think
accountable.
anymore.
This is
100%.
for being present in the moment. Because if you're not, you're gonna get, your health is at risk. You know what I mean?
Yep,
I love that you're reading that book. That's a phenomenal. I was just talking to my girl Kristen about that. About it's so empowering, and not just for athletes, but anyone that's going through anxiety and depression or just having like life struggles. Like when you're present in the now, you're present in the moment. There's tremendous power that comes along with that. And the
100%.
power they're talking about is like they're talking about the law of attraction essentially. You know, creating your future instead of worrying about your future. But in order to access that, you got to be present in the now. And that's what I love about martial arts and especially MMA. It holds you accountable. It's the most present, the most spiritual as it gets when it comes to sports. You know.
Yeah, even training, man. If you're thinking about something else, dude, you're gonna in those live rounds or whatever you got going on, you're not gonna show up.
100%.
You can.
And
I'm
one
sure
shot.
all y'all have had bad days in the gym, with all the time you guys put in.
Not too many. What about you?
I've had a lot of bad days.
Maybe one. Speak for yourself up there, huh?
I've been the nail quite a few times.
But yeah, you got to be in that moment. You got to shut everything out. You can't be thinking about Christmas Eve party or whatever.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
be dialed in.
But
you
saying
guys said
that
it best.
sometimes I agree with that, and maybe but I do like the pressure sometimes too, knowing that my rent is on fucking line. Like I will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
My rent is on the line. Me and my wife's money is on the line. Like I'll fucking decapitate you. It's some pretty sick shit. Sometimes I think in my mind like. Fuck that, cause you ain't taking a shit. How are you gonna let another man take that shit from you though, dog? Like think about it,
Yeah.
like fucking rated. If we were back in ancient times, would you let a motherfucker come take your fucking family's food and overthrow your village? Fuck you, I'm gonna die right here protecting this shit.
Heads
And
would roll.
that's what the fuck we're doing right now. I gotta protect my shit.
Heads
This
would
is
roll.
how I pay for me and my wife to live. Like I'll die for this shit right now. That shit's kind of. So I do like it in that thing. I mean, it's not like you want to. Oh, the future, but I like that pressure of like, dog, this is everything, motherfucker. Don't fuck around. Be it like I said, it makes me want to be in that state of presence even more.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the best chance I'm going to get. Like, if I'm anywhere else in this moment, I could possibly lose all of this shit and set myself back this far. Like, fuck that.
That's the
Not
thing,
today,
bro. This
Satan.
sport,
Not today, Satan.
the setbacks are massive too
Bro,
in this sport.
it's
That's
so
what people don't
crazy.
realize, dude. The wins are huge, but the losses are just as huge. You know what I mean? The
Bro,
setbacks are
it's
massive.
so crazy. Exactly. So, fucking harnessing all that bitch right here, and it's like,
And all these motherfuckers that talk all this shit on fighters for losing fight and talk
That's
shit on their
ridiculous.
performance, they have no idea the
So
battles
hard.
that go on up here for these guys. You know what I mean?
It's hard, man.
Fuck. It's like the man in the arena. It really is. Like, I love that because
Yep.
people have no idea what we go through up here as combat athletes. You know what I mean? It's psychological warfare. Way more than it. We got 15 minutes of physical warfare, but the whole entire camp, the whole entire career is all psychological. You know what I mean?
100%.
Bellator has to be pretty stoked on you for that performance, huh?
Yeah, Rich them seemed to be pretty happy. They had offered me a big fight after, but we didn't end up, just didn't have enough time, honestly. But we're looking at February.
Oh, right on.
There. So
Cool.
I'll be back out here soon.
How many fights do you ink down with those guys for?
Oh, I got 3 more on contract, but we're gonna try to figure some things out after this next.
Right on.
Hopefully, another W, another great performance, and then
Go from there.
yeah, I got some plans, goals, whatever you want to call them.
Because they got tournaments and shit too, huh?
For 45, not for 55.
Oh, okay.
But I got some plans going on, so we'll try to figure that out.
Right on.
But yeah, that book was good. I'm reading right now. I got, bro, you got to read the Oxygen Advantage. That one is super good too.
Really?
What's up with
Yeah.
that?
Oh, just all about breathing. He's actually been on the
Oh,
Rogan
okay.
podcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just all about breathing. All about breathing. He does like high altitude shit, but without being at high altitudes. So it's like,
What's the guy's name? I think I've watched portions of that podcast.
Keoni or whatever is his last name.
Okay.
Well, it's crazy because breathing is what we've been doing since birth, right? So one thing that you can literally regulate your entire freaking.
But he goes to into how like we're all mouth breathers now, and the Western world just taught us to mouth breathe. But when we were a baby, we're fucking perfect fucking nasal breathing, and our nose is the main thing that we're supposed to be breathing out of because it's the filter. It does fucking all the shit for us.
Yeah.
Like we're over breathing through our mouth. Like we have no filters. This is why your fucking mouth gets dry, your throat, all that shit.
Mm.
It doesn't filter out any of the dust and all that shit. And it was saying like babies don't breathe out of their mouth never. Think about it. That's why motherfuckers chew with their mouth open too. Not breathing through their nose. They can't fucking breathe when they're chewing food. That's why people snore, the sleep apnea. And he fixes all this shit through breathing fucking techniques.
Yeah.
He fixes fucking sleep apnea through breathing techniques.
Oh, shit.
He fixes asthmatic people through breathing techniques. Dog, it's fucking gnarly. And he got you. It's like a bunch of whole breath holding techniques too. I work with this guy sometime and we do it. So it'll be like and he always has your breath holds off of exhalation. So it's like you don't fucking take a bunch in you. And then you just hold it. Dog, that shit gets crazy. But then you have like this test that you can kind of go off. It's called the Bolt score. And that's where you kind of see where you're at anyway. And it just breaks down how like the body, it's not about how much oxygen. Because our blood is always oxygenated between like 97 and 99% at all fucking times. But it's about how much CO2 our body can handle. Not the oxygen.
Just like Wim Hof.
It's fucking, I don't know, I just like reading some nerdy shit a lot of
No,
times.
it's superhuman shit, dude. And Wim Hof, you can really literally regulate your biology with this stuff. Wim Hof can make he cannot allow the outside environment to penetrate the skin cells just with his breathing. You can put this guy in freezing cold water and he won't let the temperature of the water pass his skin cells. And he's able to maintain the exact same body temperature in freezing cold water with breathing. That's superhuman, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's like a fucking Marvel X-Men fucking superhero trait, you know what I mean? But it's all possible. Every human can tap into this. It really does fall under the umbrella of human potential. All this stuff, man, it's fascinating. It's awesome to hear that you're into that. Cause
how I started inculcating that in my shit was the guy that does the acupuncture on me and all types of stuff. He works on me a lot in Hawaii. He screenshot me a bunch of them about the nasal breathing, the Bolt test, and simulating high altitude, whether it be fucking walking, running. I got a cycle bike. That's how I be losing weight at night too. I got a spinning bike in my garage, and I just be chilling watching YouTube videos and shit for an hour.
All right.
And then I just do like that. But it'll be like you warm up like 5-10 minutes, and then on that exhalation you'll try to go to 10-15 pedals without breathing. Bro, but it's so crazy how fucking high your heart rate gets up. It's like, and I'm in shape, like I'm running.
Are you like holding like?
No, like stop breathing.
And then
Breathe out. You exhale out.
A small exhalation, and then hold your breath. Boom, 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 and pedal. Not as hard as you can. Just try to same thing, but it's just fucking gnarly, dog. And I even try to do that shit on running 5 to 10 paces. You'll feel it. And I think so I was already doing these exercises before I got the book because my friend was screenshotting it, the guy. So I was using a lot of that shit for the compost camp, and I think that I was running 3 times a week. I like 2 to 3 times a week because Sundays is just a day I like to active recovery. Super nice and slow, but I would slowly get up to about 2-3 miles, only breathing out of my nose.
Wow.
Never open my mouth.
Damn.
And like fuck,
Yeah,
the way I choked that guy and like the 459, like fuck, I could have went another round super easy. But it's just the breathing, like you can work. It's just making your car is like a fucking Prius instead of a Silverado.
Yeah.
Like
Sure,
this
I like
motherfucker
that.
can go forever, guy.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
breathing hard. I'm just making the body more efficient. That's basically what he's trying to get to. Hey, making your body more efficient.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So I got those two. I got 2 books. I'm almost done with the Oxygen Advantage, and then Henry put me up on that Peak Performance.
Okay.
So I'm like 100 pages deep in that. But they all, bro, a lot of these books all fucking coincide with each other.
For sure.
Like the Power of Now, the breathing books, all of this shit, dog. It coincides. They're fucking.
They're all connected.
All
That's what I
intertwined with each
found
other.
too.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a trip. And that's why I say human potential. It all falls under the category of human potential. You know what I mean? All shit that we're capable of accessing.
Even Michael Jordan's coach, the one that how Jordan he made his he'd fucking tape his mouth shut, fucking, and make him do drills.
Oh, for real?
Put a piece of tape over his mouth so he only can breathe out of his nose. That was shit from Jordan's that guy Tim Grover, the one that wrote that Unstoppable book.
Yeah.
He fucking was doing that with Jordan back in fucking '86.
Yeah.
Or '88, whenever he brought him on after he was getting fucked up by the Pistons and was tired of that shit and said, "All right, we gotta level up, bitches." You know what I mean?
That's like Vanderlei with the snorkel gear and the duct tape.
Bro,
Remember that? Running on the
remember
treadmill.
all
Same
that
shit.
oxygen deprivation, and it changed. Like I said, it just makes your body more efficient. So
Yeah.
you don't have to. Your body ain't working as hard for you to produce that much work as the next man.
You
When
force
he's
the
working.
body to upregulate, huh?
Yeah.
You take a little
And just
oxygen to have it level up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's crazy. That's awesome. And I guarantee that's probably why you look so calm. And there was way less, like you said, nervous energy. It's about efficiency.
You
And look
felt
how
the difference?
efficient you looked.
I do that, and that I felt, and then like main thing, I'm just always working breathing. So even on our first clinch up, don't forget to breathe. You're always thinking of, you're so fucking thinking about this, but you forget to fucking. And then I just chill. You're all right. Just chill. Fight.
And
the-
because of that, your
fight the
timing, your
hands.
accuracy was on point. You know what I mean? Because of your
Yeah,
breathing, because of how
100%.
calm, your accuracy, your eyes, your nervous system was just a little bit sharper than his. You know?
And that's what getting into that too. It's all training like the nervous system. So I was a bunch of fucking all these ice fucking baths and waking up with cold showers in the morning. It's all
Heck
just
yeah.
to train your fucking nervous system, like fucking.
There's like competitive shooting, huh? To breathe out.
Fucked up all
right?
the time, and you're used to getting fucked up.
Been there before.
I don't know. It's weird. What were you saying about?
About like competitive shooting, how sensitive of a sport that is, but even their breathing is involved.
I
You
read
know?
a fucking
Breathing
book
out,
on that
shouldering,
shit
and
too,
boom.
bro. The with winning in mind. That guy's the fucking all-time fucking record holder in rifle shooting, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Great
Olympic.
breathing.
He's in the breathing thing, but just all in the mind shit. I read that book too with winning in mind, and that's the author of it. He's just funny, you know, he's talking about the rifle shooting, how it's all mental and the breathing and all of that shit. No, he's 100% right, because with winning in mind was written by the guy that, he's the record holder for whatever, like however they with the disc and pool. Disc,
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But he's the Olympic fucking all-time guy. But he wrote that book, and he's all into that, getting into that fucking mental zone and the breathing and all that shit like that. So that's why I was saying a lot of these books are It's like tomato type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, frick.
Seeing that.
Power of Now was a little bit more hippie. I had to fucking read shit like 5 times sometimes.
Yeah.
How high was this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Damn, dog. Like, are you tripping? I don't. And then he'll go right after. Don't try to understand the words, just feel them. Well, all right.
That's something different.
Okay.
Robbie, you said you can co-sign to that. You think in like a lot of your research, a lot of it seems to overlap or like kind of connected in some way, or like what do you feel
I'm like
about
blown away that Keoni even read that book. I'm like tripping out back here. I was just talking about it freaking 2 days ago. Like not last night, but the night before. And I'm stoked that he's even reading this stuff. This is this champion mentality. You know what I mean?
Right on.
He's not just going through the motions. He's actually applying himself. He's out here riding his bike at home. He's applying this knowledge. It's not knowledge is power. It's applied knowledge is wisdom, and wisdom is power. So he's out here doing the research. He's reading and he's applying it. And man, he's gonna see results like he just saw in this last fight. And for me, that's what I get psyched out. I geek out on the psychological side of this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's awesome to see my friends and teammates reading and investing in themselves. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, because this whole life thing's going to go by in a blink of an eye. It's going to be over before we know it. So let's make the most of this bitch while we're here. You know what I mean? And it's cool to see. I think this sport, especially on a platform like Bellator and UFC, is as elite as it gets. So it's you get to see human potential really put on the pedestal with guys like Keoni fighting in arenas like Bellator. And you guys are all hearing it from his mouth right now, how he spends his life and how he invests in himself outside of the gym and at home. And it's not just about going to the gym and hitting a bag and sparring and, you know, checking out, but it's a constant investment. You constantly upgrading, constantly getting more intelligent and just absorbing knowledge to make yourself a better human and athlete.
100%.
So, man, that's all. I'm excited for your career, man. Man, for reals, you've
That's like old martial arts shit, though. It's always like to be a better person, not necessarily about being the best fighter, but like be the most efficient and best in your life.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And
For
everything.
sure.
At home with the family, in the gym, fucking everything.
Yeah.
Fucking always just try to apply, like you said, apply knowledge. Motherfuckers can read shit.
Yeah,
If you don't do it,
Yeah.
wasted time.
Yeah, and I think like reading and literature, man, it's like a forgotten art. I think with society the way it is now, with iPhones and tablets and everything, I think and social media, they're trying to you know distract people away from reading and writing because that's where real human development comes from.
Smartphones,
You know?
dumb people.
Yeah, for reals.
Bro,
Real
like I was
shit.
reading something the other day too, and do you know fucking Bill Gates' kids don't even know what a fucking iPad is?
Yeah, they're contracted. They're contracted for
Bro.
life. They can't own any Apple products. Think about
So
that.
if the guy that created this shit knows how fucking gnarly and
Yes.
retarded it makes you,
Yeah,
and
trip on
that's what I
that.
try to get on. Like,
Trip on that.
Like, bro, get off your phone, guy.
Have either of you guys read Fahrenheit 451? Have you heard of this? It came out
That's-
like
There's a
I
movie
didn't
about
read
it
the
too, huh?
book,
Yeah.
but they did a TNT with Michael B. Jordan. That's about them burning all the fucking books and you can't read.
That
and shit
book
like
came
that.
out. That book came out in 1950 something. They wrote that, and like think about like how it can relate to today.
It's
You
gnarly.
know what I'm saying?
You
like,
wanna know
how,
what's
like what you
crazy?
just said, no one reads, and like now it's
Yes.
turned into smartphone bullshit, and
Fuck.
it's like you can almost like see it. You know what
So
I'm
my
saying?
last fight ACA out there in St. Petersburg, I went to go visit the library of Alexandria, and when I went there, I asked the people that worked there. I'm like, what was because that's where the book burnings happened, right? Emperor Constantine, put into motion the book burnings that swept across Europe and stuff. They wanted to get rid of this knowledge. So I went there. It's kind of a museum, and I asked the people that worked there. I said, so what was the main genre of literature that these Knights Templars and these Constantine was trying to eradicate? And they said alchemy and hermetics. Trip on that.
What are those?
Alchemy and hermetics. It's what I've been studying like the last 5 years. Like alchemy and hermetics is human potential. Alchemy actually stems from hermetics. Psychology itself comes from hermetics. Science, literature, all this stuff comes from hermetics. It's absolutely fascinating, and I was blown away to hear those words come out of their mouths when they said the majority of the books that were burned were alchemy alchemical and hermetic texts. I'm like, holy shit. So, of course, there's some power within this stuff that I'm going to send you some shit after this, dude. Now that I know your minds. Hermetics and alchemy, it's about human potential. It's secrets of the human being. It's actually like a manual of the human. Like, what if I were to tell you have psychic genes inside your DNA right now? You just haven't activated them because they're encompassed by proteins.
I wouldn't want to.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying real stuff.
Real shit, dog.
Every single person.
I'll fuck around with some good breathing, dog. But when you talk about shit a nigga can't see, bro, I ain't fucking around with this shit at all, dog. Motherfucker, I will not be getting no spirits. Nah, cause like, all right, so this guy, this acupuncture guy, right? He's a fucking like homeopathic guy. But like his family is like not it. Well, yeah, they were kind of like into the Salem, like the witches and
trials.
shit.
Yeah,
bro. So he has things of like, and I was like, he's like, oh, I don't do it because I was about to cut him off. Like, hey, bro, I can't fuck with you no more. Like, no, because he's telling me like, and his brother's like in a psychiatric ward, but like their family is into like this kinds of stuff, but and like they believe in God and they believe all this types of stuff, but like his brother went onto the bad side of that shit. But like he was 12 years old, bending nails, pennies, make a fucking quarter right here. Wow.
Well, that's nothing to fear, right?
Bro,
that's
all kinds of
it's manipulation of matter.
No, but it is when it made him psycho, and his brother has never been the same ever since then. His brother has never been the same since 18. They're almost 40 now, bro. His brother's in a psychiatric ward. Like, dog, that shit's for real. Like, you don't go too deep.
Yeah, but that's just because you couldn't comprehend it. Dude, a bunch of my ancestors got burned at the stake at the Salem witch trials. All my relatives still live in Salem.
That shit is nuts, though,
no,
bro. Like,
they would call a healer. If you sang beautifully, if you had a beautiful voice, you were called a witch. If you were a healer, you were called a witch. If you had any
oh no,
right?
oh, we got a crazier story like this. So no, like she ain't a healer because she sings. His grandma legit, like this is a story, like no, there's 100% he ain't lying. His uncle, her like they're playing or whatever like that, and dog, he fell on something and it went through his whole chest, and thought he was gonna die. Bro, she took that nigga into that house, dog. He came out the next day with no scar. She healed him. I don't know what the fuck she healed him with, but I've never seen a Band-Aid or anything of any science.
Like human potential.
A motherfucking stick through your goddamn, almost by like 2 inches off his heart type shit.
Oh, wow.
And he has no scar.
Wow.
I don't want none.
Bro, I'm reading a book right now.
X-Men shit, bro.
It is X-Men, but you are an X-Men dude.
Good, dog.
Bro, check it out. Your next book you're going to read is called Rise of the Superman, and you're not going to fear this stuff so much. It's called Rise of the Superman, and it's about this quantum healing. What you're speaking of is quantum healing. Some people would call it magic. Other circles will call it miraculous. Look, miracles, magic, it's the same thing.
I mean, they're all synonymous, yeah.
Yeah, but it all falls under human potential. This book, Rise of the Superman, you got to read it, man. It's about this. It's about quantum healing and how we can literally regulate our biology with our mind, with our thoughts. You know what I mean? This entire universe is mental. Not just is this sport mental, not just is life mental, but this entire universe is mental. The first law of Hermeticism is the law of mentalism. You know what I mean? It really is. This whole fucking get up here, dude, is more psychological than we can even comprehend. I posted some shit this morning on Instagram about how Alan, one of my favorite quotes by Alan Watts that says, outer space is your mind. The cosmos are linked to your consciousness. This is the whole slogan of as above, so below in alchemy. As above, the cosmos is linked with the soul on the cellular level. We're not just a little bit, we don't just have breath in our lungs for this 80 to 100 years and then we die and we turn to dust. No. We're some part of something so much bigger and greater. And when we learn to tap into it, like you are, reading these books with the breathing, bro, we are all superhumans. You know what I mean? We're just beginning to scratch the surface with this mouth, with the nose breathing and being efficient and not letting the controlling your body temperature, all this cool little stuff we're talking about. We're just scratching the tip of the iceberg, you know, the proverbial iceberg. And man, you guys seen all the stuff we've talked about when it goes. I'm about human potential. I want to find out what we're capable of, not just as athletes and fighters, but as human beings. And this is why I study stuff like the Emerald Tablets, and I study alchemy and hermetics. And what I'm finding out that we're capable of as a species, you guys, it's beyond comprehension. It's the stuff that Avatar is made out of, Star Wars, X-Men. I think Marvel, the Marvel world is a perfect, blueprint of like us as a species. Stan Lee had transcripts of the Emerald Tablets. You know what I mean? Yeah. So all this stuff starts with ideas and thoughts, and man, we're all human. And anyone that's human that listen to this, it has to do with them. So, like I said, I'm all about human potential. It's crazy. I learned all about this stuff very recently. My family were some of the first pilgrims that came over on the Mayflower. Actually, the first female statue built in this country is of my relative, my great-great-great aunt, Hannah Dustin. She married into a Dustin bloodline, but her name's Hannah Emerson. And so, man, studying this stuff, going back and seeing that these innocent people were tortured and burned at the stake in the name of religion, in the name of God. And how are you going to tie someone to a stake and burn them alive in the name of God and religion? I mean, to me, that there's an issue with that. When these people are just healers, they're here to help one another, and we don't know what we are. You know what I mean? We don't know what we are. You follow neuroscience, we come to this chromosome 2. I mean, we look at our DNA has been tampered with, it's been altered. You know what I mean? So as a physical being, as a physical species, we don't know what we are. Neuroscientists are finding out that someone or something literally altered our DNA. And it's something that did not take place through evolution. It's something that took place exactly 200,000 years ago, at the exact same time that our species of humanoids appeared on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So who and what this intelligence was, and with what technology was able to operate on our DNA. You know what I mean? Now we're getting into some deep shit. So instead of even going down that rabbit hole, let's just concentrate on who and what we are as a species and what the fuck we're capable of. I want to know for myself, and I want to know for my children, dude. I want to know for my teammates and my friends and my family, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit around and entrust in an educational system and religious institutions to tell me who and what I am. You know what I mean? And who or where I came from. So I'm doing the legwork. I'm going to visit the Library of Alexandria. I'm getting to talk to these people firsthand. And like you said, Keoni, it's all linked. It is all linked. It all goes together. And the more you continue down this path, watch it, I promise you. I'm going to send you some shit after this podcast. And the next book you got to read is this Rise of Superman. Bro, it is going to catapult you in the direction that you're going in right now. For reals, man. Real shit.
Rob, I think you're better in the morning.
Oh, fuck, dude.
What?
Our pods, I think they're a little better in the morning.
Why?
He's on fire right now, dude. You gotta let the big guy work, man.
Man, but imagine if you can almost like see your opponent's shots before they happen. What if that was like a thing? You know what I mean? What if you can tap into? And Joe Schilling would fuck with psychedelics before his fights. I don't know if he still does, and he was almost say how you can see the shots before they happen. You know what I mean? Now there's fighters that are tapping into this microdosing. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's crazy. There's a crazy intelligence behind these mushrooms, and hunters used to take them before they go hunt. There was Vikings. There's a lineage of Vikings called the Berserkers, and these Berserkers would eat mushrooms and then go out and go to war and just slaughter their enemies. You know what I mean?
He takes psychedelics, but he also does smoke cigarettes.
Nah, for sure. Hey, but I know a bunch.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding, dog. He's a badass, but that motherfucker do smoke cigarettes.
Bad habits. You know what I'm saying? But still, we're on the human potential side of it, like that's
two sides of the coin.
You know what I mean? And there's other guys that do it too. You know, we got some friends and teammates that fuck with this stuff too. I get it off.
But then I'm like the best. I gotta say, it's like he don't do any of that. Like Mayweather, is the best boxer of all. Gotta be of all time.
For sure.
Maybe besides Pernell Whitaker, the best defensive boxer of all time.
Yeah.
And bro, that's just hard work and repetitiveness.
Yeah, just training.
For sure.
Never.
Genetics, reps, repetition is genetics.
Just try to combine it all, like.
To your own
package.
Yeah,
but put that motherfucker, put Mayweather in an MMA fight and watch him last fucking not even one round. Watch his leg snap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about more than the sports. We're beyond the sports. I'm talking about human fucking potential. Yeah, that's cool. He's a great boxer. Yeah, put him in a fucking ring with an MMA fighter where there's no rule setting. That man doesn't even survive, dude. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to human potential, being the most optimal human being we could be, for me, mixed martial arts is at an elevated platform than boxing because of this. You know what I mean? Frick, dude. It's crazy, dude.
But you're talking about seeing the shots before. It's just repetitiveness and things, just being comfortable in those uncomfortable positions. Like, then take away that one. Look at Anderson Silva when he was on his 16th streak fight.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He was seeing the shots.
Yeah. Yeah. How else do you explain that?
I think
That's
the way
like
he
he's
moved,
in the Matrix, guy.
Yeah. Fuck.
He's in the Matrix, guy.
That shit was crazy.
That's why I'm always hollering about micro movement. You know what I mean? The micro movement's the movement before you even fire your shot, your combination. I think when you're in that flow, another word for micro movement is flow. I think when you're in that flow, you're in that micro movement. It's much like it's like a tennis player. When they're swinging back and forth, and even they're swinging to the left, and the ball gets shot to their right side, they get to that ball microseconds faster, even if they're swinging left, than if they're standing perfectly still, and then they go for the ball. You know, we're talking about fractions of a second, but still, we're in a sport where fractions of a second and fractions of an inch matter. You know what I mean? And so, man, that flow state, that micro movement is key when it comes to at least your level. You know what I mean? Of fighting. You know what I mean? And fuck, I can't even. It is such a weapon that you have that you're educating yourself and you're out over here reading and just that's probably the most profound thing you got going for you right now. And I think you're gonna make levels of gains and leaps every time you fucking fight because of what you're doing here on your off time. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I just like to, I like to be a little bit intelligent. I like to learn shit. I don't like to be a dummy. Like I said, that's how I'll start. Motherfuckers just dumb people, smartphones. These motherfuckers. I think it's sometimes good that I fucking have a hard time with like PDF files that they send me and I gotta fucking sign it. I gotta sign it. You gotta download this. I'm like, motherfucker, I know how to sign a fucking piece of paper with my fucking name on it, guy.
Yeah.
I don't know all this fucking, this weird shit, like, you know what I mean? But now I do a little bit because this is how I sign all my contracts. And then you save your signature, you save your initials. Like, bro, I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, there's 10,000 movements from when you physically write something. There's 10,000 movements when you write something with a pen in your hand between the thought of doing it and the actual act of doing it. Guess how many movements when you text something? 8. Yeah. There's 8 fucking. So each movement, your brain fires a new neuron. There's a new synapse that connects, right? There's only 8 that take place when you fucking text something.
Even if you talk to
there's
text
10,000.
You know?
There's 10,000 when you write something.
Yeah.
This is what all the secret societies do. This is why they write everything, and they specifically write in blue or black ink. Yes, it's a forgotten art, and these motherfuckers, these powers that be, are trying to make it a forgotten art because they don't want us to access our potential. So that's why they're sending us fucking.
Dummies over here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck, dummies over here, but bro, that shit's weird. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers just, and that's why I just, bro, I'm always like, even just like, and my wife thinks I'm picking on her. I'm just like, no, just put that shit down. Just, I tried, but she couldn't. I said, try to put your phone down for one whole day.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'll delete my Instagram and shit off it. I don't want to look at it for 2 days.
Sure.
Just at least need just to fucking
get that distance.
That's an investment. That's an investment in yourself.
You're getting mad because the motherfucker looked at your picture and didn't like it. Who gives a fuck? I could give a flying fuck less. What the fuck does that have to do with my fucking? How is that affecting my day? Some remedial shit like that.
They're trying to rob your thoughts.
Fuck.
Like that book, they're trying to rob your thoughts.
Bro, if
you know
you're
what I mean?
fucking exactly, if you're fucking like, guy, it's fucking Instagram. Who cares? You say some disrespectful shit, then that's for real.
That's different.
That's for real. You talking shit.
That's a little different.
Because the nigga looked at your story and he didn't like your post.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
That was the most funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's like, really? Fucker just start laughing like, no, you gotta be joking.
Keoni, man, we're seeing your progression, man. It's been a pleasure. You seem definitely on the right track. I mean, it's good to compare notes. You and Robbie and get your good training in here in the mainland.
Fuck yeah.
We appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join us,
all
man.
my boys in Hawaii. Oh, in America? How's everything in America, bro?
But yeah, I guess this is kind of the happy holiday episode from the Ascended Faithful. Keoni, where do you get a jacket like that? Because that thing is fucking sick.
Oh, that's the new collab from Ruka.
That's hard as fuck.
Oh, right
Ruka
on.
and Everlast and the tattoo artist that.
That's hard as
Cartoon?
fuck.
Is that
yeah,
cartoon?
Yeah.
heck
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Shh. Doing it bad. I'm
Made
plugging
me
them
some sick
bad.
shit
Get him a
before.
good plug.
Bro, wait.
But Robbie, what's up, man? You
That
got
was
anything
excellent
else,
conversation. I'm
was a
surprised.
great
I'm blown
one,
away, dude. This might be one of my favorite ones, dude.
Yeah, you
Seriously.
knocked it out of the park, brother.
Bro, they got another collab too with Bruce Lee right now. They're doing like with
That's
the
gonna be
Bruce Lee
sick.
name. They already
You know?
started making
Oh,
it,
Ruka
bro.
is. Oh, heck yeah.
Give him the shout out.
Smith Street Tattoo Parlor. There you
Smith
go.
Street Tattoo
Oh,
Parlor.
right
That's
on.
what's up.
That's the collab. That's his
Sick.
artwork.
Devil and an angel.
Right there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Smith Street, Everlast, and Ruka. It was a collab by them last month. Ruka
Right
did
on.
it.
But yeah, check it
Yeah,
out.
check
You want
them
one of those
out.
jackets, man. Those
Hell
are
yeah!
sick.
Check out Ruka on Instagram or wherever.
What size
everybody
is this actually, by the way?
Is that going home with you? But yeah, from BK, Robbie, Keoni Diggs, thanks again. You're a heck of a guy. Always a pleasure when you're in town.
Thank you,
Love
brother.
syncing up.
Appreciate it. Thanks for
Always.
having me on, guys.
You know
Yes,
it.
sir.
For sure.
And let's have a good day. We'll spend the rest of our day caroling. We got a little caroling group whipped together. Just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, I got a couple Christmas incense things.
But yeah, we're
It's about
out.
that time,
Thanks,
guy.
Ascended Faithful.
See
Thanks,
you guys
Keoni
on the
Diggs.
next one.
Peace.
I didn't.